Leo is the fifth, or 5, corresponding to the heart, the number of man, the circle of fifths in music as a harmonizing tool in chord theory, opposite of the community-driven Aquarius on the Mazzaroth, or the wheel of the zodiac. It represents the individual. Apart from the herd, the existence is composed of both the physical body and soul inhabiting. The lion of the inner fire must defeat the raging lion of the lower nature, but can only do this by cornering it in the darkness and silence, completely alone. Meaning those who have constant five senses data, stimulation, and entertainments, where fun is number one, and PCs, those who reject the stillness in the present moment where all the real power lies, are not included. Referencing Labor 5 in the 12 Labors of Heracles, a Greek and Roman allegorical story literature which can be found in most libraries containing the subject material, but with variations in the sequences of numbers and translation. An excerpt from the Lucius Trust website explains it rather well. Quote, Heracles stands before the fifth gate, armed to the teeth, with his vast array of weapons. The people of Nemea, in distress, are calling for him to kill a lion that devastates their lands and forces them to live in fear behind locked doors. Heracles, with a listening ear, responds, but decides to abandon the weapons, which hinders his progress, trusting instead to his club for protection and the courage of his heart to speed him on his way. The people are dismayed to find him without arms and with little knowledge of the lion, but Heracles proceeds undaunted, afraid yet unafraid, alone yet unalone. After days of searching, he suddenly comes upon the ferocious beast. He stands his ground instead of running away as others have. His arrows find their target, but the lion remains unscathed. Heracles rushes towards it, shouting wildly, and it flees before him. Eventually, he tracks it to its lair, a cave, with 2 entrances where, by blocking up one opening, he traps it. Now, with no exit for either of them, Heracles faces the lion and chokes it and kills it with his bare hands. He then strips it of its skin and displays it to the Nemean people, now free to live in peace. In triumph, Heracles returns to his teacher, his success acknowledged by gaining permission to wear the lion's skin, but who also warns the lion and serpents must be slain again and again, and once again. End quote. Another parallel to imagine here within the allegory is the correlation of Heracles, the half-god, half-man, son of Zeus, the one who frees Prometheus from the rock of materiality and torment. Materiality, torment, and physical damage going hand in hand. Point being, Prometheus, meaning foresight, governed by the frontal lobe of the 2 hemispheres of the neocortex. Trauma associated with violent encounters, distress, and affliction, and then proceeding to learn from those experiences, extracting the gold from the lead or transmuting lead into gold. Of course, on the physical plane, this requires martial arts, in some cases irreparable damage, such as blunt force trauma causing scarring of the brain and loss of limbs, etc. In most cases, severe emotional pain. Side effects may include excessive bleeding, inflammation, traumatic brain injury, amputation, and even death. Heracles representing a virtual aspect, or a simulation, where the gold can be extracted from these scenarios and experiences without the severity of the physical damage sustained. Extremely hard to put into words or explanation, but that's what it is.